A 28-year-old medical student at USF is in Washington, D.C. today, hoping to start a little revolution. She's joining a group from across the country to lobby for more research and funding of treatments for eating disorders. The FREED Act is a new legislative effort to confront the seriousness and deadly threat of eating disorders. We're going in depth tonight to show you firsthand why a very busy student thinks the passing of this bill is a matter of life or death. Jennifer Hankinson enrolled in medical school at USF because she wants to help people.
Do you want to be weighed forward or backward?
But first, she must find a way to help herself.
There's a very high mortality rate when you reach the point that Jennifer reached in her illness.
Jennifer's struggle with anorexia nervosa began in childhood when she was only 12. A close friend moved, she changed schools, anxiety set in.
I started getting teased actually for being thin, so it became more of an issue, like if I don't eat, don't drink, then I will eventually just disappear.
As a teenager on her parents' policy, insurance paid for some of her treatment. But as she aged, she says, insurance paid for less and less, and her parents had to find the money to keep treatment programs going.
For my first treatments alone, they paid well over $100,000, if not close to $200,000 of their...
Down at one point to 65 pounds, she was Baker acted and hospitalized at Tampa General Hospital.
Where they tried their hardest to help her, but they didn't have a treatment team that was familiar with treating eating disorders or a setup to help her.
Dr. Pauline Powers is a psychiatrist treating Jennifer. She says what happened to this average American woman is a good example of what's missing for those who suffer from eating disorders.
The big problem is insurance companies do not want to pay for eating disorder care. And, I mean, they have some logic on their side, which is there is no standardization of care being provided at various places. That would help a lot.
So Jennifer, Dr. Powers, and advocates from across the U.S. are meeting in Washington, D.C. to lobby for more research that would create a standard of care for those suffering from eating disorders. A group of U.S. senators introduced the FREED Act, which, if passed, would do much of that.
It was horrible.
And for Jennifer's dad, who drained his life savings keeping his daughter alive, this legislation could not come fast enough.
Money is not being put into research. That is desperately needed.
As for Jennifer, she still struggles with her eating disorder every day and has to gain more weight before she'll be allowed back into medical school.